did a proof of concept, we did a proof of value. It comes out, yes, our processes can be automated. This is the revenue, this is the return on investment that you get out when you automate a process using Prism. And that then helps us kind of in industrializing the program and kind of scaling the program up to understanding what the operating model would be looking like, which are the different teams in BT that we need to work with. And we went through a detailed vendor selection process. Lots of vendors now in the market, similar when we were in 2016, a lot of new vendors were coming up, everyone had a fancy product, but we went through a very detailed, a functional and a technical RFP and RFI and ITT process to select Blue Prism as kind of our partner for robotics. Since kind of mid last year, we started kind of deploying robots. We've now live robots in production, around 98 to 100 licenses and robots in production. But we still think there's, as we said, in the cusp, we're at the stage where we need to massively industrialize and scale the program. We've delivered to our commitments that we had. But this is a time when the ambition is growing, because people have now started seeing the benefits of robotics. There's tremendous market hype about robotics, about AI, about what automation and technology can do to an organization. All our senior leaders have been to the Silicon Valleys, to Israel, and they've seen that the automation is the next big thing.
Just to highlight the fact that this is business-led and IT governed, we're, from an IT perspective, as well as providing that centre of excellence, we also help with things along, access management in terms of the target applications that you're working with.
We're seeing more and more that people are trying to adopt robotics. They're not as afraid as they were in 2016 when we started evangelizing the program, because they can see that they are being moved into more value-add jobs in our more consumer-facing units like consumer and global services, where the lead time, the turnaround times of the processes, they're much faster now. They're much agile now with the use of robotics. And there was a lot of backlog in kind of answering queries in, say, one of our billing hubs. But now with robotics, these things can be improved much quicker, much faster. Once you start, the robot actually works. It's probably doing 4 FTEs worth of work. So we're trying to capture that in a more stronger sense, and essentially having a much more leaner structure, a much more human and robot collaborated virtual structure here. We're not competing against IT. We are competing against smart and intelligent people doing mundane jobs. This is something, if there is a more strategic IT program, it will complement robotics. Robotics will sit along with it. It should be part of your roadmap. But what we are working is ensuring robotics replaces smart people doing mundane jobs and give them something better.